Hello, and welcome to this special Q&A video with Andromedan Contactee Alex Collier. In today's video, we're sharing an exclusive sneak peek from the latest webinar's question and answer session. If you'd like to dive deeper and watch the full webinar replay, it's available for just $6.99 over at alexcollier.tv, exclusively for our community of truth seekers. Before we get started, we'd be so grateful if you could like this video, subscribe to our channel, and click the bell icon to get notified of all new videos. Your support helps spread Alex's messages from the Andromedans to more people around the world. And don't forget to leave a comment below. Whether it's your thoughts, a question, or even just an emoji, every comment counts, and we read them all. Your feedback and engagement really make a difference. If you'd like to show a little extra support, consider clicking the Super Thanks button, the heart with a $sign, to give a tip. Every bit helps us continue to bring you more content from Alex Collier. Now, let's get into this special Q&A with Alex.
Could you please describe how you felt when you first met the A's in person? What was it like when they stood before you and you realized they were aliens? Thank you so much for everything you do. Raina.
Hey, Raina. I have talked about this many times in the past. I was just a kid. I was 8 years old. In an area that is known as Crooked Lake, Michigan. It's on the Northern Peninsula. And we were playing hide and go seek. When I woke up, I was on a table. I wasn't strapped down or anything. I could get up and move. And I saw these two men, one very short, very rather pale. His name was Vissaeus. Well, actually, they don't have names, but I'll explain that in a minute. And then there was Morenae, who was 7.5 feet tall, 400 pounds, just like that. They couldn't have been more different physically. And, the interesting thing is I knew them. And I knew them right off the bat. I couldn't place it. I didn't know anything about past lives, but I knew them. And it's almost as if and maybe this would make sense. You meet somebody for the first time and you instantly have a connection and you've known them. You can't explain it. It makes no sense. But in this lifetime, you've never met them until this moment, and yet you knew. That's how it was with Morenae and Vissaeus. And it turns out I did know them from previous lifetimes and future lifetimes. So it was awesome. Yes, I was taken aback. And they asked me if they could put this thing on my head. It looked like a yarmulke, but it had an open circle on the top. It was some kind of a metal alloy. And I said yes. I asked if it would hurt. They said no. And I put it on the top, and these monitors literally just came out of a wall. Okay, there was no electronics or anything. These monitors literally came out of the wall. And I'm looking at these monitors. I'm sitting up now, and I'm looking at these monitors. And I'm seeing these scenes, what look like scenes from a movie clips on both sides. Some of them appeared to be Earth, others were not. And others were scenes of different extraterrestrials doing things. Some healing, some working, some building, some fighting, some warrioring. And I knew that I was looking at myself. I cannot explain it any more to you than that, but I knew what I was looking at was me because I had an emotional reaction to each one of those, and some of them, and the reactions were different. On this side of the wall, there was healing, helping, building, leading. On this side, on the left side, it was warrior, and other things related to warfare. of some sort. So the right was different energy, the left was different energy. And I looked to the left first, and then I looked to the right, and I just knew it was me. When I asked who they were, what their name was, and that they expected that, I got a symbol in my head, telepathic, a symbol which I had no clue. And Vissaeus' symbol was spinning. And I said, I can't see it. So he slowed it down. I said, I still can't see it. And I'm talking out loud to them. And then he slowed it down to like this. And then it stopped. And then I saw his symbol, which I have shared in the past. And the same thing with Morenae, but Morenae slowed his down right away because he heard me having the conversation with Vissaeus. So when he looked at it, and he just said, Morenae just said, you may call me Morenae. Morenae. And he repeated it, Morenae. And then Vissaeus, it took a little while, and he came up with something, and he said, Vissaeus, Vissaeus. Okay, telepathically, Vissaeus. All right? Because I understand that we identify with names, verbal titles. That's what a name is to them. It's a title. Okay? So that's the story. That's the story. And it's been an ongoing relationship. Well, Vissaeus passed away in September, October of 98. It was very shortly to when my father passed away as well, interestingly enough. Morenae is still around. He's still going strong. Of course, he's only 2,400 years old by now, and he's a whippersnapper. Okay. Compared to the others, Vissaeus was almost 4,400 years old in our linear time when he crossed over. It's my understanding that he's come back, but I don't know exactly where he is. If he's in another civilization or not, or if he's still in Andromeda, doing whatever he's doing. I don't know. I don't know if I'll have contact with him again or not. So, okay. It's interesting. It's really. Somebody once asked me, weren't you afraid to be on a starship? And I have to tell you unequivocally, when I'm in their presence, I have never felt more safe. I have never felt that safe on the surface of this planet ever than when I'm with them. For the record. But that's just my experience. That's just my experience. Next question, please.
Alex, can I just butt one in here?
No.
Oh.
Yes, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No. Right. So, you hear this story about Sean and Prince and the symbol, and that Sean David Morton. Sorry, we're talking about Sean David Morton, and that Prince asked him about how do ETs name each other, and he said they do it in symbols, and then a few days later, Prince renamed himself the artist formerly known as. But anyway, what I want to know is about the symbol. Is it like one of these 3D logos? What's I'm trying to. What's its construction?
Okay.
Is it like it's made of metal or made of wood or something like that? I'm just trying to get a picture of it.
Okay. They're fifth dimensional. So their symbol for who they are would be a fifth dimensional hologram. Now, when they project the hologram, I guess when you're in fifth density, you can see the hologram for what it is, but the hologram spins. And it can spin to the right or it can spin to the left. And however it's spinning, it creates a vibration, a frequency. And their name would, if they were contacting someone telepathically on another starship, the signature would be the frequency. It wouldn't be the hologram. It would be the frequency that the holograph has. Do you understand? As it's spinning, it's creating a frequency. So whatever the symbol is that they create or that they're given, and I'm not absolutely clear because I never actually asked the question, well, how do you get your symbol? But I'm assuming that it's gifted them either by their parents or the family itself. Maybe each holograph, they add something to it that represents the entire family, like a um, like a shield, a knight shield, where they put emblems on it representing, the family crest or lineage. It may very well be something like that, where they add something to it, but it creates, anything they add to it would create a different vibration or frequency. And when they message somebody telepathically, that's what you hear first is the frequency. Okay, it would be like a ringtone. It would be very similar to a ringtone. You would hear the ringtone and you would know exactly who it is. And then you would focus on it. And you pick up, you connect to the telepathic message. And now you're talking to each other because you know who it is. At the first GSIC, there was a woman there. She was clearly a Nordic. And she was with a man, but the man didn't come over. She just chose to come over. And she stood there, and I looked at her eyes. They were the most beautiful lavender-colored eyes I've ever seen. And she had spots in her eyes that represented, I felt, was a constellation. I'm still looking for the constellation. And she telepathically tried to talk to me, but what was really interesting is that I didn't want to talk to her. I was actually repelled by her. And she gave me the dirtiest look. This was at the very first GSIC in Orlando. Elena knows who I'm talking about because we both talked about them, about her and her male partner that were there, because Elena saw them in the elevator. It was really, really interesting. I've not forgotten that. So that was a situation where I knew I didn't want to talk to her. I just didn't. And she was gorgeous. But, and I don't know if it was the A's. I don't know what it was. But there was something. Could have been a past life memory that I have with this woman. But there was a part of me that's like, no, we're not going there. So, and you just know. You don't know how you know, but when you remember that your soul and the enormity of your life and your being, and you have these memories, this data bank on your third strand of DNA, whether we're totally connected to it at all times or not, if something gets triggered there, you feel it and you respond to it because it's like an intuition. It's interesting. It's so hard to put into words. So that's my experience of what happens on 5D. Introductions are done that way. They will project their holograph and their frequency, and then whoever's on the other end can respond in like or not. Where if we're on third density, and a fourth or a fifth density extraterrestrial approaches us, Morenae said that you should stand squarely in your power and say out loud to them, "It is the manner and custom when entering my space that permission be asked." And then you just hold that position. And if they don't ask for permission to enter your space, then you just tell them, "No, thank you." You have that right because you are sovereign. You are a sovereign soul being, regardless of any paperwork that anybody has that says to the contrary, because that's all rubbish. You are a sovereign soul, but you have to stand in that sovereignty. Okay? So I kind of went off there a little bit, but anyways, did that answer your question or too much information?
Yeah, well, nearly. There's when I was a kid, right? Now I'm
Yeah.
just a little younger than you, just a bit. In the 60s, I had a toy, and it was a kind of UFO shaped thing. And it had I was a little kid, and it had a handle in the top and a like a spiral mechanism, and you pump the handle at the top, and it would spin.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
what
know
I'm
what the
talking
toy
about.
you're referring to. Yeah.
And it made the most harmonic, beautiful sound because it had holes at different levels, which made a harmonic sound.
Yeah.
And when you talk about this spinning symbol, that's the image that comes into my mind. It's a very pure but harmonic. It's got multiple tones, but it's harmonic like a choir.
Yes.
Is that am I getting towards the symbol thing?
Yes, you are. You are. It's exactly right. It was frequencies.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's almost like a melody.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's almost like a melody.
interesting.
And maybe
So
they hear it as a melody because they hear all the octaves,
yeah,
because 5D is a higher frequency. They'd have to dumb it down for me because I'm Fred Flintstone, So they'd have to dumb it down for me. Because I wouldn't be able to hear the higher octaves at all. I would only hear the low notes because of our density. So, yeah, you're exactly right.
beautiful. Okay, there we go. That's JP's little question now.
Thank you so much for watching today's question and answer video. If you enjoyed it, please like the video, subscribe to our channel, and click the bell icon to stay updated on new videos. Your support truly helps us spread Alex's messages from the Andromedans and reach more people. For those interested in the complete experience, remember that the full webinar replay is available for just $6.99 at alexcollier.tv. This is where you'll find Alex's in-depth insights and answers to more questions from our community. We'd also love to hear from you. Leave a comment or drop an emoji below. We read every single comment, and your engagement really means a lot to us. To keep up with the latest from Alex Collier, you can visit alexcollier.org for more about his work, alexcollier.news to sign up for our email newsletter with the latest updates and exclusive content, and alexcollier.live for the most recent news and info. And don't miss our full library of over 250 past webinars on alexcollier.tv. Thanks again for supporting the work of Alex Collier. Your support makes it all possible, and we're truly grateful for each and every one of you. See you next time. If you would like to see the Andromedan Contactee Alex Collier live via video stream, we hold a live online seminar every Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. For more information on upcoming live webinars, please visit alexcollier.org.